Hey, math friends, we're here today and we're going to talk about two topics in math, algebra, good algebra stuff, inequalities and absolute value. Inequalities, of course, are all of our greater than, less than, greater than, equal to, less than, equal to kind of stuff. And absolute values, I'm going to just remind you, is the distance a number is from zero. And the thing that I remember is like, if the absolute value of -5 is going to be +5, it's 5 steps from 0. And the absolute value of 5 is also +5 because it's also 5 spots from 0. So distance, and it's always going to be positive. So if I take a look at this problem over here, which combines the two, we have the absolute value of x is less than 3. I'm going to try to visualize on the number line what kind of numbers work here. What kind of numbers could I put in for x that would give me, when I take the absolute value, things that are less than 3. So I think about it and I think, well, how about 10? Well, the absolute value of 10 is 10. 10 is not less than 3. That is a no-go. It's not going to work, right? So what if I think about like 1? Well, the absolute value of 1 is 1. 1 is less than 3. That works, okay? And so then I think, well, what about 2? Absolute value of 2 is 2. Yeah, that's less than 3. How about -10? Now, -10, absolute value of -10 is 10. That's not, that doesn't work. 10 is not less than 3. So then I think about, how about -2? The absolute value of -2 is 2 when I take the absolute value. And sure enough, 2 is less than 3. So I'm starting to see, when I think about this, that I have this 3. And if I fill 3 in, 3, absolute value of 3 is not less than, so it's not included. But it seems that 2 and 1 and all of these things in here seem to be working. But then if I fill in -3, the absolute value of -3 is 3. And 3 is not less than, so it's not included. So I'm starting to see on my number line that it seems that these are the numbers that are going to work. And so I seem to know now what the values for my x could be. If I have my x, it's going to be everything in between 3 and -3. So -3 is going to be less than x, and x is going to be less than 3. And here's my solution to my absolute value inequality. X can be any of these numbers. Let's look at another one. Now this time I have a greater than symbol here, so I'm going to try to visualize it again and think about what I have. So what kind of numbers on my number line are greater than 5 from 0? And so I think about, well, it must be around 5. All these things over here for sure are greater than 5 from 0. But then if I also think, if I move the other direction, I sit over here at -5, and then all these things over here are also more than 5 from 0. There's no equal to on here, so both of them are open circles. And I think, okay, so how do I write an inequality to fit this? And I'm going to need 2. I'm going to have to say, hey, x could be less than 5, because all these numbers over here, -6, -12, those are all less than -5. Or I could say x is greater than, because over here now we're getting these big numbers. Those numbers are going to be greater than +5. So x could be on either end, and it's always safe to, pick one that fits this, a number that's less than -5, like -10. Fill it in. Absolute value of -10 is 10. 10 is greater than 5. Sure enough, that works. Pick one over here, like 50. 50 is greater than 5. I fill it in. Absolute value of 50 is 50. 50 is greater than 5. It works. So these two are my solutions to my equation. If I go over here, and I have the absolute value of 5x plus 10 is greater than or equal to 30. I'm going to think about this on the number line, about what's going on here. I need this thing to be greater than 30. So I think about where those solutions lie on my number line. And I think about +30 and -30, because I know that once this is all said and done, this number, when I take the absolute value of it, it will be bigger than 30 if it lies out here, or equal to. It could be filled in, equal to 30. It will lie out here with all these positive numbers that are greater than 30 from 0. Or they also could be way over here. These numbers over here are all going to be greater than 30 from 0 as well. So this kind of shows me, hey, I have these two different things that could happen. I need this right here to either be greater than 30, or I need this right here to be greater than -30. So I'm going to just go ahead and make that happen with my algebra. I'm going to say, hey, this has got to be, this thing has to be greater than or equal to -30, or this thing that's inside my absolute value sign has to be, oh, look at there. I messed up my sign, didn't I? Because these are not greater than 30, are they? They are actually, careful, less than or equal to 30, these numbers out here. Over here, I'm going to have greater than or equal to 30. And now I solve away. I subtract 10 from both sides. And I'm going to get 5x is going to be less than or equal to, and I try what, negative 40. And I divide by 5 on both sides. And I get x is everything less than or equal to negative 8. It could be less than or equal to negative 8. Let's try that, fill one in that's less than negative 8 and see if it works like negative 10. 5 times negative 10 is negative 50. Negative 50 plus 10 will give me negative 40. The absolute value of negative 40 is 40. Is that true? 40 is greater than or equal to 30? Yes, it is. This seems to work as a solution. Let's try this one over here. I'm going to subtract 10 from both sides. These are going to cancel. I'm going to get 5x is greater than or equal to 20. And I'm going to divide by 5 on both sides. And x is everything greater than or equal to 4. So this is my other solution for my x, for my inequality. And so let's fill in, actually, let's just do 4. What's 5 times 4? 5 times 4 is 20. 20 plus 10 is 30. Is 30 greater than or equal to 30? Yes, it is. Isn't that super awesome? So my two solutions, let's be clear because there's a whole lot of work here, are x is everything less than or equal to negative 8, or x can be anything greater than or equal to 4. Those are my two solutions to my absolute value inequality. Use a number line to help you visualize what's happening so you know how to solve the inequality. By visualizing it, it really keeps it all straight in your head, a topic that can be a little bit confusing. So get to it and see if you can get some yeses on your paper as well. Yes, you can.